think, especially in the West, there's this utilitarian conception of the mind, what it'll do, what it'll get for us, how it'll have us appear, as opposed to something that we we're a part of. We're a part of this vast potential, this vast aliveness and space that could become anything. And that the only thing that stops us from that is keeping the aperture small. And usually when it's small, it's focused on an idea, as I mentioned last week, of the self, and what this will do for me, how I'll look, and so forth. And so to begin to shift that, the only way that I know is to begin to see other potentials that feel interesting, that feel like a discovery, that feel like a way out. And so I was thinking many years ago when I was studying, I heard the greatest turn on, and mind you, this is when I was studying orgasmic meditation, but they said the greatest turn on in the body, what illuminates the body, is the experience of learning. And that we kind of have this idea that, oh, I'll learn and then I'll retire from learning. I'll have grasped what I needed to grasp in order to get what I want, and then I'll stop. And that's a bummer. That's that, and that's because learning is difficult. We have Mihai Csikszentmihalyi talks about the fact that there's pleasure. Pleasure is the experience of this return to homeostasis. So you feel a little bit agitated, and you, I don't know, take a bath and you come back into that homeostatic state. At first, it's a relief. But if you stay in that bath too long, it's not a relief anymore. The same is true with all things that bring us relief and bring us back to homeostasis. They have diminishing returns, whereas learning has accelerating returns. And the accelerating return, really, if you look at what corresponds with abiding happiness, and that's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in it for myself, for anybody who's interested in it, is the experience of becoming a more complex human being. And so what I try to do is I try to look for people who are masterful in what they do, whatever it is, who are so far beyond anything I could ever imagine being, and then to live in a kind of I just heard this term, morphic resonance, where I can tune in to where they're at, and I can see the world through their eyes. And it's like a free ride. You get to hitchhike in heaven.